Hello everyone, it is Mr. John with AK Dragverse 3D, and today we are gonna talk about Thingiverse. We're going through Thingiverse once again because I'm bored and I finally got my printer up. If you haven't seen the short yet, I got my printers exposed and up and ready to rock and roll. With that said, let's get into looking at Thingiverse. I dug through the first 80 pages of what's popular on Thingiverse today and kind of brought them all up on tabs here for your viewing pleasure. And we're going to talk about some of them. Chess pieces are pretty dope. So there's this guy, Chess Masters. He has chess piece China versus Japan, dinosaur versus caveman. So yeah, dinosaurs versus caveman. That's pretty dope. What if you don't have a chessboard? So then you have a mini set, so a mini chess set. So you print it all up, paint it all up, or if you've got a multi-head, then yeah, use the multi-head. I don't have a multi-head yet. Next on the docket, a page holder. Like, this was really cool. I just saw that picture alone and was like, one little file, one little clip. I have it on my nightstand when I'm reading a book, and I gotta get up. Instead of grabbing my bookmark and closing the book, I just put the book down, put that in place. It's a matter of preference, personally. I just thought it was cool, and I'd show you all. Yeah. What's the next one we got going on here? Tarp clip. Now, this one's just one piece. It's just one file, one piece, one file. You print that beautiful piece right there, and life is good. Bolt it together with a quick bolt, and Bob's your uncle. Put it on your tarp and rock and roll, right? As I rip the holes in my tarps a lot, so I thought that was cool. And on that note of things that happen a lot, I always lose my doorstop at work. So if I could just, 2-3 grams of filament and print like 20 pocket door stops, just be like, oh look, my doorstop grew legs. Somebody stole my doorstop. Let's grab another one out of my drawer and stick it in the door. I think it's pretty cool, right? I mean, little pocket doorstop. Now this one is cool. I like this one because anyone who's got to use quarters, right, for any purpose or reason, but you don't want the quarters jingling around in your pocket. So you put 6 quarters on a credit card and you stick it in your wallet. Now there's no jingle, right? Assuming you have the space in your wallet, but that's a whole nother ball of wax. I plan on printing this one actually. NF card display frame. Put it in whatever color you want and put your favorite card in there, and then put your card on your shelf for display purposes. I normally get the hard cases and then put a 3M strip on the back and then stick it on my wall. But I mean, this right here, that makes life a lot easier actually. A multicolored heart locket, no AMS needed. So I'm sure it'd be okay to print this with one color. I think it's pretty cool. You got the heart locket and it opens up, and 2 pictures, right? Whatever color you want, print it in one color, print it in 2 colors. If you've got the multi-head or you've got the patience to change filament load, that's up to you. I think it's pretty cool. I'll probably print one for my girlfriend. You can't go wrong with a supportless mini. I saw this one. That looked cool. A dwarf with a huge backpack. Speaking of huge, gummy bear. This is meant to be a pendant. However, 'tis the season, right? So who said you gotta put a pendant on there? You put a little loop of string, like right there, and then hang it like an ornament. Print it in glow-in-the-dark filament or all your colors and whatnot. You can have a gummy bear tree. I think it'd be cool. I mean, if you're looking for a gummy bear theme, whatever, here's your print. Piano keyboard stamp. Now I know quite a many pianists in my life and other musicians and go through musical theory, so printing this would be pretty cool for them. So it's a stamp. You put the pad with the ink in here, and then here's your stamp, and then there you go. I'm probably most likely gonna print this one. And then lizard. Moving on. Headphone earbud storage. Now, how many people buy a new set of headphones? They buy the earbuds and they get all the little soft, squishy things, but then they lose them, right? So it's just a little tiny thing. You print it, you stick all the earbuds on them, and then you put that in your drawer instead. That way they're not tumbling around, they're not falling out of the drawer, getting mixed up, etc. Yada yada. Looks like this holds 4 pair, so it's pretty cool. This thing just jumped out at me. I don't know what it is about this thing. It just jumped out at me. It's like part cat, part Necromunda, part steampunk. It's supposed to be a candle holder. Click on a different picture. A wall-mounted ball holder. Now, I brought this up because every year in Fairbanks, there's the Midnight Sun baseball game, and they hand out commemorative baseballs. I'm not sure where you're from, but if you have baseball in your area, I'm sure there's some variation of baseball commemorative, or basketball. It's some kind of ball sport, right? And so, like, here's the picture of a basketball. on the thing, right? If you mount it appropriately, it can probably hold a football, basketball, maybe volleyball. Maybe you got a signed volleyball. Your kid was a pro volleyball player before she went off to college or he went off to college. Now you've got that signed volleyball. I think it's cool. That's why I showed you. And before we talk about one of my favorite things, if you're finding this interesting, you want to see more Thingiverse reviews and checkouts and whatnot, or just anything involving 3D printing, Alaska outdoors, cool stuff, etc., like, subscribe, you know the drill. Moving on to one of my most favorite things to print. One, because they're easy. Two, because they're interesting. And three, because they're very modular, and that's coasters. So I saw a Stargate coaster. This is really cool. I like this. And it comes with a tray. So you can put all your Stargates in the tray. This is really cool. And then Lord of the Rings coasters. It's not hard to modify these things. So if you can make a disc in FreeCAD, and you can put a ring on that disc in FreeCAD, and then you can hyperimpose whatever art you want in FreeCAD. Reach over here, for example, the coin from Pirates of the Caribbean that I found on Thingiverse. And then, it's a coaster with the caffeine symbol on it. Once again, coasters are awesome. And I printed a stand. When I have company over, we're doing podcasts or whatever, everyone grab a coaster, put their drink on a coaster, and rock out. And then proper planning, Christmas is right around the corner. People start to decorate now as opposed to Thanksgiving, which is kind of silly, but it is what it is, right? My girlfriend is going to decorate next weekend, and then I think her parents are going to decorate after that, and then my friends are going to decorate, and kids are iffy on whether or not we're going to decorate. But in either case, tea light holder, candle, snowflake. You print this in a variety of different things. I mean, I could see printing this in glow-in-the-dark filament, and then when the candle goes out, the light is absorbed into the filament, and the thing keeps glowing after the candle's already out. I think that would be cool. And once again, ornaments. You could print the ornament. You could take this shape and go a million different directions with it. You could scale it up so it's like a coaster size and hang it on your tree, but you could also shrink that down and make earrings out of it. You could scale this in different sizes for maybe a keychain or whatever, right? Pendant, snowflake pendant. Same thing with the gummy bear. Everything else that has this weird nub on it. So once again, that's a quick down and dirty flip through of Thingiverse. I went through probably about 70-80-ish pages of Thingiverse. There's a lot of things on Thingiverse that are we're just gonna say that. You have to go flip through Thingiverse yourself to figure it out. But this video is meant to inspire all the 3D printers out there and get on printing, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, y'all have a good one.